हेलो गाइस, हाउ आर यू ऑल? आई एम प्रिटी शल्फी मस्ट बी सो अमेजिंग. सो बहुत दिनों से मैंने वीडियो नहीं डाली थी बिकॉज सम इश्यूज वर गोइंग ऑन, बट नाउ दे आर रिजॉल्व. सो लेट्स डू इट नाउ. और हम लोगों को आज एंड आई विल बी जस्ट गिविंग यू दोज इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स. पहले हम वो करेंगे जिससे गारंटेड एक या दो क्वेश्चन एवरी टाइम दे आस्क इन नीट, राइट? So let's start with the evolution Hardy-Weinberg principle. Are you ready? So bacha, I'll be giving all the important topics and plus previous year question paper along with that. So you will solve it and send me answer in the Telegram channel, and I'm giving you link in the description box of this video, right? So let me take you ahead. Let's start with the principle, Hardy-Weinberg principle. So what is it? Hardy-Weinberg principle is all about population and genetic equilibrium. So genetic equilibrium means genes is not changing in a population. So genetic equilibrium in a population, if a population said to be in genetic equilibrium, हम कहेंगे भाई population में कोई change नहीं हो रहा. It is in genetic equilibrium जब यहाँ पर कोई evolutionary change ना हो. तो मतलब genetic equilibrium में अगर कोई population है, population in genetic equilibrium means no evolutionary change. इतना ही फंडा है हार्डी-वेनबर्ग प्रिंसिपल का, मींस नो एवोल्यूशनरी चेंज, राइट? तो जेनेटिक इक्विलिब्रियम मतलब यहाँ पर जेनेटिक इक्विलिब्रियम मेंटेन होना चाहिए, अलील में कोई चेंज नहीं होना चाहिए, दे रिमेन कांस्टेंट फ्रॉम जनरेशन टू जनरेशन, मींस नो एवोल्यूशनरी चेंजेस शुड बी देयर. सिंपल बात है, कोई चेंजेस नहीं होने चाहिए. तो मतलब जो अलील फ्रीक्वेंसीज हैं, मीन्स लाइक कौन सा कैरेक्टर जो है किस फ्रीक्वेंसी में है, कितने नंबर्स में है ना पॉपुलेशन, सो इट रिमेन स्टेबल एंड कांस्टेंट फ्रॉम जनरेशन टू जनरेशन. दैट मीन्स दिस पॉपुलेशन इज जेनेटिक इक्विलिब्रियम. सो इसकी बात करते हैं, राइट? सो टोटल जीन्स एंड देयर अलील इन अ पॉपुलेशन, तो मतलब जो भी टोटल पॉपुलेशन में अलील्स हैं, जीन है, वो कांस्टेंट होने चाहिए फ्रॉम जनरेशन टू जनरेशन. दे शुड नॉट अंडरगो एनी चेंजेस, एंड उसी पॉपुलेशन को कहेंगे कि दिस पॉपुलेशन एक्चुअली एग्जिस्टिंग इन जेनेटिक इक्विलिब्रियम, एंड दैट इज द हार्डी-वेनबर्ग प्रिंसिपल. सो इनका कहना ऐसा है कि देयर शुड नॉट बी एनी इवोल्यूशनरी चेंज अगर किसी पॉपुलेशन को जेनेटिक इक्विलिब्रियम में रहना है. एंड ऑब्वियसली हार्डी-वेनबर्ग प्रिंसिपल आल्सो नोन एज जेनेटिक इक्विलिब्रियम, राइट? सो व्हाट आर द मेन कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ दिस प्रिंसिपल? सो पहला कॉन्सेप्ट है अलील फ्रीक्वेंसीज इन अ पॉपुलेशन आर स्टेबल एंड इज कांस्टेंट फ्रॉम जनरेशन टू जनरेशन. मतलब जो भी अलील फ्रीक्वेंसी है, जो भी एक कैरेक्टर की फ्रीक्वेंसी है, किस अमाउंट में वो प्रेजेंट है पॉपुलेशन में, इट शुड रिमेन कांस्टेंट, पहली चीज. सेकंड, जो भी सम है ऑफ अलीलिक फ्रीक्वेंसी, मतलब जैसे अगर हम बोलेंगे टॉल वाला कितना अलील है, ड्वार्फ वाला कितना अलील है इन अ पॉपुलेशन, सो देयर फ्रीक्वेंसी, देयर नंबर शुड रिमेन कांस्टेंट, राइट? सॉरी, देयर सम, ऑल द सम ऑफ द अलील फ्रीक्वेंसी शुड बी वन. मतलब अगर हम यहाँ पर इसकी बात करें, इसकी बात करें, इन सब की जो फ्रीक्वेंसी है, अलीलिक फ्रीक्वेंसी, इट शुड बी वन, राइट? So obviously if we see mathematical interpretation, तो मतलब Hardy-Weinberg principle is nothing but the mathematical interpretation whether evolution has occurred in a population or not. तो मतलब इस इक्विलिब्रियम से हमें ये पता चलेगा, फ्रॉम दिस प्रिंसिपल वी विल बी गेटिंग कि किसी पॉपुलेशन में चेंज हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है, राइट? सो यहां पर अगर चेंज हो रहा है तो जेनेटिक इक्विलिब्रियम में डिस्टर्बेंस होगा, तो जेनेटिक इक्विलिब्रियम में चेंज आएगा. सो व्हाट इज एक्चुअली दिस प्रिंसिपल? P plus Q, P represent allele of dominant, means यहाँ पर dominant trait का allele, and Q represent recessive trait allele. So their sum frequency, उनकी frequency का sum should be one, and you know what is the frequency? In mathematics you have done it, right? So it should always be one in order to maintain that genetic equilibrium. So what is P actually? It's a frequency of dominant allele. या तो कैपिटल A से हम dominant allele को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, और सपोज कैपिटल T. सो अगर हम पूरे पॉपुलेशन में फ्रीक्वेंसी देख रहे हैं किसकी, डोमिनेंट allele की, इट इज P, रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय P. एंड फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ रेसेसिव allele मतलब या तो स्मॉल t, ड्वार्फ का ले लो, तो इट इज द रेसेसिव allele, उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसी इन अ पॉपुलेशन रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय Q. So the sum of the frequency of all the allele in a population should be one according to the Hardy-Weinberg principle. So let's see, दोनों तरफ स्क्वायरिंग कर दो, करा ना मैथ्स में, you have done squaring both side. So answer would be a plus b का होल स्क्वायर p square 2pq plus q square is equal to 1. So a plus b ka whole square. So obviously it will be a square plus b square plus 2ab is equal to 1. So this square actually represent number of individuals having this allele. मतलब यहाँ पर दोनों डोमिनेंट अलील मींस हेटेरो होमोजाइगस डोमिनेंट अलील, मतलब कोई पॉपुलेशन जिसमें दोनों के दोनों ही कैपिटल टी हो या कैपिटल ए हो, डोमिनेंट अलील हो, is p square. So this is the number of people, number of individual in a population represented by p square. अब यहां पर ऐसे कितने इंडिविजुअल्स हैं? 2pq रिप्रेजेंट नंबर ऑफ द हेट्रोजाइगस इंडिविजुअल. हेट्रोजाइगस मतलब जिनमें ऐसा जीन हो, राइट, ऐसा अलील हो, वन टॉल वन डॉर्फ, तो मींस ऑब्वियसली इट्स अ हेट्रोजाइगस अलील. और हमें पता है हेट्रोजाइगस जीन, सॉरी, तो जीन को हम कैसे रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं? ईदर दिस वे, ये होमोजाइगस कंडीशन है, दिस इज हेट्रोजाइगस कंडीशन एंड दिस इज द होमोजाइगस रेसेसिव कंडीशन. ये तीन कंडीशन हमारे पास हमने मेंडल में पढ़ी है, वी हैव डन इन मेंडल, राइट. So obviously frequency of or number of the individual having the heterozygous gene will be 2pq, and same frequency of the AA individual means those individual which are having the like homozygous recessive character will be q square. तो मतलब यहां पर p square q square 2pq number of people को represent करता है in a population having the particular number of characters. So this is actually Hardy-Weinberg principle, right? How would we just apply this in numericals? तो आप numericals में उसको इस तरीके से apply कर सकते हैं. NEET 2019 question. So they have given two alleles, one capital A, one small a, means one dominant, one recessive. So dominant allele की frequency means P is given 0.4. And frequency, what will be the frequency of homozygous dominant, heterozygous and homozygous recessive individual? So you have to find out frequency. Okay, if the frequency of the dominant allele A is given, so you have to find the frequency of homozygous dominant. Homozygous dominant means this condition, heterozygous means this condition, and you have to find heterozygous individual also. राइट. सो होमोजाइगस डोमिनेंट मतलब ये कंडीशन हमें फाइंड करनी है, दिस एंड दिस. तो हमें फॉर्मूला पता है, वी नो द फॉर्मूला एंड वी ऑलरेडी नो द वैल्यू ऑफ पी. सो p की वैल्यू है 0.4. वी नो फॉर्मूला p प्लस q इज इक्वल टू 1. सो p का वैल्यू इज 0.4. सो ऑब्वियसली व्हाट विल बी द वैल्यू ऑफ q? तो वी कैन इजिली फाइंड इट आउट. कैसे बेटा? सिंपल मैथ्स. 1 minus 0.4 is equal to 0.6. So Q की वैल्यू कितनी हुई? 0.6. Now you can easily find it out. A square frequency कितनी होगी? Obviously P square. A का frequency will be 2pq. You can easily find out the value now, and obviously it will be Q square. You know the value of P, you know the value of Q, and you can easily find out number of frequency of the individual having homozygous condition, having heterozygous condition, having this recessive condition, homozygous recessive condition. So this will be the answer. So in this way you have to apply this Hardy-Weinberg principle in numericals, right? And I have added 2-3 more question on this. So please bacha see these slides in the Telegram link and solve it and tell me the answer, right? So factors that affect Hardy-Weinberg principle, they always ask this question in exam, so you have to remember this. First, gene migration or gene flow. Second, genetic drift, mutation, genetic recombination, natural selection. These are the 5 factors that affect evolution, that affect this that affect Hardy-Weinberg principle and bring evolution. But Hardy-Weinberg principle against the evolution, it will be like that population should be in genetic equilibrium. उसमें change नहीं होने चाहिए, और अगर change होता है, evolution आता है, means it is not following Hardy-Weinberg principle, it is affecting Hardy-Weinberg principle. So obviously mutation, you know, sudden change in gene will bring changes, and अगर change आ रहा है तो evolution हो रहा है, and when evolution happening means no genetic equilibrium is maintained, means it is affecting Hardy-Weinberg principle. Gene recombination, you know, during meiosis, during gamete formation, what happened? homologous chromosome basically undergo recombination, exchange, they do exchange and bring variation, bring changes. So according to the Hardy-Weinberg principle, there should not be any changes, and if there is any changes means it will bring evolution. It is also affecting Hardy-Weinberg principle. Third factor that is affecting Hardy-Weinberg principle is genetic migration, means suppose Indian people intermingle with the American people. So obviously A population intermingle with the B population, mating कर रहा है, inbreed कर रहा है. So they are mixing their genes with them, bringing changes. And when changes happening, evolution happening. नो जेनेटिक इक्विलिब्रियम इज मेंटेन, तो अब यहां पर वैल्यू चेंज हो जाएगी. सो दैट मीन्स इट इज ऑल्सो अफेक्टिंग हार्डी-वेनबर्ग प्रिंसिपल. फैक्टर्स अफेक्टिंग हार्डी-वेनबर्ग प्रिंसिपल. जीन फ्लो मीन्स continuously Indian people going and mating with the American people consistently, मतलब multiple time ये हो रहा है. So gene migration happen multiple times. This happen multiple times. So obviously it will also bring changes in our population. क्या होगा? Evolution होगा. So that you have to remember. Next is the genetic drift, Sewell Wright effect, non-directional factor, sudden changes. तो बच्चा, what is the genetic drift? It is also known as Sewell Wright effect after the name of scientist. ये नॉन डायरेक्शनल फैक्टर है. नॉन डायरेक्शनल फैक्टर मीन्स इट डजंट हैव एनी डायरेक्शन. ये सडन चेंज होता है. इट्स सडन चेंज एंड इट इज एप्लीकेबल फॉर स्मॉल पॉपुलेशन. किसके लिए एप्लीकेबल है? इट इज एप्लीकेबल फॉर स्मॉल पॉपुलेशन. याद रखना that it is basically genetic drift happen in just small population. So what actually genetic drift? Let me tell you. Suppose by chance, suppose there is a green field, ठीक है, एकदम हरा भरा फील्ड है, there is a green field, and obviously in that green field, green beetles are there, and obviously red beetles over the green field, है ना. तो हमें पता है यार, ग्रीन फील्ड में ग्रीन बीटल्स हैविंग द सर्वाइवल एडवांटेज, प्रेडेटर वोंट कैच देम एंड किल देम. So obviously they are actually having the survival advantage. Survival advantage मतलब वो जी सकते हैं, they can do the camouflage on the green grass. So predator won't eat them. Predator would eat red beetles. Now suppose there is a green field and green field में we are having the red beetle. तो बेटा red beetle तो easily will be identified by the predators, and suppose mutation happen and कहीं से ब्लू बीटल हैज कम. सो ब्लू बीटल जो है, इट कैन नॉट, ऑब्वियसली इट ऑल्सो डोंट हैव सर्वाइवल एडवांटेज. इसको भी प्रेडेटर पहचानेगा, रेड वालों को भी प्रेडेटर ग्रीन फील्ड में पहचानेगा. बोथ ऑफ देम डू नॉट हैव एनी सर्वाइवल एडवांटेज, दे विल बी किल्ड बाय प्रेडेटर. बट व्हाट हैपन once the elephant were roaming in that field and he just put foot on, elephant ने अपना पैर रख दिया and killed whole red beetle. So by chance what happened, large population of red beetle has gone, vanished. Elephant have killed all of them and by chance suddenly अब इनका population बढ़ गया. Comparatively obviously their number are more because there is no red beetle. So their frequency has changed. उनका नंबर अब बढ़ गया, लेकिन बाय चांस बढ़ गया मीन्स अब नाउ रेड इज नॉट देयर, सो वी कैन नॉट से कि ब्लू बीटल्स आर लेस बिकॉज नो रेड इज मीन्स अब नाउ तो ब्लू इज देयर. सो बाय चांस दिस हैपन ऑल्दो दे डोंट हैव एनी सर्वाइवल एडवांटेज. ठीक है, तो दिस इज द सिंपल मीनिंग ऑफ जेनेटिक ड्रिफ्ट. मीन्स change in gene frequency, suddenly change in gene frequency in small population, even though they don't have any survival advantage. Although they don't have any survival advantage, nature is not selecting them, but by chance they are selected. So that by chance event is actually genetic drift. Simple, right? So these population, blue population can basically reproduce and cannot be reproduced क्योंकि predator खा गए तो खत्म. So that is actually genetic drift. Literal meaning of genetic drift. Right? So obviously genetic drift क्या करता है? It is also affecting evolution. And we know that genetic drift have two effects. One is founder and another one is the कौन सा इफेक्ट होता है? फाउंडर इफेक्ट. सो वी वुड सी बोथ. एंड बॉटलनेक इफेक्ट, राइट? So obviously genetic drift have two effects. One is the founder effect. So what is the founder effect? Suppose we are having the population, right? So we are having these huge population, and some member of this population has isolated. So from the original population, some are isolated. And now what they would do, they would just start their population now. वो अपनी एक नई दुनिया बसाएंगे. They are just starting their own world. So these are founder here. So obviously this is known as founder effect. ये founder effect होता है. And this was seen in the Darwin finches case. That earlier it was having the huge population of Darwin finches. But what they have done, because population has grown and they were not getting food, they were not getting resources, they started isolating, they start migrating somewhere else and start eating something else. So obviously छोटी population scattered हो गई, isolate हो गई, so that they can survive. So obviously they started their new life. So this is the founder effect of genetic drift. Small population start their new population, obviously start their own life. Second is the bottleneck effect. So as the name suggests, bottleneck means obviously it's like this. So earlier population were like thousand organism, 1,000 tiger population were there. But because of hunting, because of poaching, or because of any incident, suppose because of forest fire, now only 10 people are left, or only 10 organism are left. So obviously, because of some chance, because of some hazard, because of poaching, because of hunting, क्या हो गया? पहले एक huge population now convert into very small population, and this is the bottleneck effect. So this is actually the genetic drift. So what would happen now? Obviously, if some pandemic come, their gene frequency has reduced, उनका population कम हो गया, कोई pandemic आएगा, huge population can be vanished. एंड इसका बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल है टेस्मानियन वुल्फ और दिस टाइगर. यू नो हमारे इंडिया में पोचिंग हंटिंग की वजह से देयर पॉपुलेशन हैज रिड्यूस्ड अ लॉट. So they are more susceptible to vanish now, right? So this is actually bottleneck effect. And sixth thing that will bring changes is natural selection. Nature will select variation which are having survival advantage, which are good, and basically migrate from generation to generation. Basically pass from generation to generation. So these are the factors that is affecting the genetic equilibrium, bringing changes in a population. And remember that small population will also bring some changes, right? अब यहाँ पर what are favorable to maintain Hardy-Weinberg principle, genetic equilibrium? What are those favorable conditions जो actually Hardy-Weinberg principle को maintain करके रखेगा? There should be no migration, there should be no natural selection, there should be random mating. Selective mating नहीं होनी चाहिए, because selective mating will bring more changes, because we know because of selective mating we have formed varieties of cow, varieties of vegetable, varieties of dog breed. So random mating जो basically होता है, it will basically not bring so many changes. It won't bring so many changes. एकदम random changes नहीं होते हैं, right? So obviously random mating should be there in order to maintain equilibrium, but selective mating always bring changes. Means it will affect equilibrium, but random mating don't. And large population size means जितना population बड़ा, you know probability, you know mathematics, we can basically ignore changes. So large population के लिए it's applicable, it will be maintain equilibrium for large population, random mating and no natural selection, no mutation, no genetic drift should be there. So these are conditions which maintain equilibrium. I have already taught you that how to solve this question. Now this is the question for you and you will be having answer for this. And further I have given 2 more questions for you. So you would just tell me the answer in the next class, right? So this is the question for you, and all have been asked in the previous NEET questions. So I'm pretty sure, bacha, you have got. So let me summarize whatever we have done today. I'm pretty sure you have got Hardy-Weinberg principle, talk about genetic equilibrium, means there should be no changes, there should be no evolutionary changes in order to maintain genetic equilibrium in a population. So gene frequency will remain constant from generation to generation. And yes, all the sum of frequency of all the frequency, all the allelic frequency will be 1. That means P is the dominant allele, Q is the recessive allele, P plus Q की frequency will be 1 mathematical expression. उसके बाद स्क्वायरिंग करा तो वी विल बी गेटिंग द population having homozygous condition P square, population having homozygous recessive condition Q square, population having heterozygous condition 2PQ is equal to 1, and you can easily find out the value with the help of this mathematical expression. Factors that is affecting Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, 5 factors already told you, right? And I'm pretty sure everything is clear to everyone. So bacha, now these are the questions, you will solve it, right? Bye bye, have a great day. Next topic 8 sum karenge, and then I'll be taking cancer and some ऐसे small good topics जहां से question पूछता है for guaranteed marks. You have to do this. Bye bye bacha, have a great day. See you all in the next class.